How's it going, everyone? So in this video, I'll kind of want to talk about why I personally left console gaming. This is not a comparison video by any means. My personal opinion is comparing the two platforms is completely idiotic and unrealistic because each platform is different in their own unique ways. It's like comparing a pickup truck and a Prius. They're both designed for different purposes, therefore how can you really compare them? So, the reason why I left console gaming, well, first off, let's start off with my background as a gamer. Growing up, I was a console gamer basically exclusively. I think my first console was maybe, I'm trying to be fair with this. I had a Sega Genesis, but I really didn't play. I was too young to really comprehend the idea of playing. I kind of just had a controller in my hand and I would just hit buttons. I was super young at the time. So, but the first actual console that I was old enough to where I can wrap my head around playing levels and completing missions was probably a Nintendo 64. That was it. It was a Nintendo 64. Then it was a Sega Dreamcast. I believe the original Xbox, and then a GameCube, and that was basically it. I was a console gamer. I didn't get into PC gaming until about a handful of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So my entire background was console gaming, basically completely, for over a decade. So I just wanted to try PC gaming just because, why not? I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for basically my entire life. I just saw this as a platform that I have not even touched, and I kind of wanted to just get into it. I actually, to be completely honest, I started off what's the word I'm looking for? There was a lot of console, I don't want to use the word elitism because you can't really be a console elitist. It doesn't really make any sense. I did not like PC gamers because I always thought they were, well, it's not that I thought, they kind of are, and I'm just going to be fair here. PC gamers kind of come off as snobby and a little smug. They kind of like to boast about their high-end computers, which if you're a PC gamer, you don't like that. Well, hey, dude, sorry. That's kind of the truth. Of course, not all people are like that, but it is. So the whole PC Master Race thing actually started off as a meme. It's just a joke within the community. No one took it seriously. But then it's sort of, some of the newer generation PC gamers actually started taking it to heart. And then they actually started believing that shit, and that's where the whole PC elitist thing came out. And there's just a community of PC gamers that are total dickheads, and they're toxic about it. But anyways, so as a console gamer, I was told to, fuck these elitist guys, I don't like PC gaming. And then when I first got my first PC, I was still kind of like that. I was still gung-ho console. And then, I didn't even really have that high end of a PC. My first graphics card I ever had was a GT 730. Total garbage. Couldn't play anything at all, and I think because of that is why my first impression of PC gaming was pretty bad, was because I couldn't play any games. I think I got that graphics card, I can't remember what year it was exactly, and it was a pre-built PC as well. I think it was CyberPower. So it wasn't a powerful computer, and then I went up to a R9 270X, or is it an R9 or R7? I can't remember what it was, and that was like, at the time, that was right when Battlefield 1 came out, and that graphics card played it at like medium settings, and it was whatever, I was able to play games finally. And that's when I started to really enjoy PC gaming, but even at then, still, it was kind of just, I'm just playing. I still preferred my Xbox way more than my computer, but I was fair enough to admit that there are a lot of benefits going onto the PC platform. I was completely turned off and frustrated by how much harder it was to play on PC as far as learning the controls, peripherals. The community as a culture is way more try-hard than it is on console. And the cheating. The cheating really pissed me off and drove me away from the PC platform. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to be as honest as possible. And there's going to be a lot of PC people out there that are going to defend the platform. I won't. I will defend it in the areas it needs to be defended, and I'll be honest in the areas that need to be honest about. Yes, there are a lot of cheaters on PC, and it fucking sucks. Predominantly, they're shooter games, and they're the older end of the shooter games. You're not really going to find a lot of cheaters playing new games. Of course, it's possible, and you may come across them, but it's unlikely. Like it's being 2019, if I were to go launch Battlefield 4, which is probably one of my favorite FPS games, it'll be riddled with hackers. It's going to be difficult to find a lobby without a hacker. Of course, they exist because I play the game to this date, and it's an amazing game. And I can play a totally fair and a lobby that doesn't have any cheaters in it, and have a fun time. But if I'm going to be playing that game all day, I should expect to come across someone who's cheating, because of course that is just my experience, but it's the reality. They're out there, and it's annoying, and they're scumbags, and it sucks that there isn't a foolproof system to get them off the platform or get them to stop cheating. But so, anyways, those reasons is why I played my Xbox a lot more than I played on my PC. But as time came on, I started playing. I became better at mouse and keyboard. My aim got better. I was just a better gamer on PC, and then it kind of equalized a bit of it out where I wasn't so upset about the tryhards. I wasn't so upset about not being all that great. And then it was just really just the hacker portion is what pissed me off. But then I started playing some of the newer games, started playing a variety of games that didn't just circulate around shooters. And then that kind of went away a bit. And then I kind of grown to accept it, because I'm going to be honest, you're not going to come across a lot of hackers. And I'm sort of sounding like I'm contradicting myself, but they're there, but they're not really always going to be there. And if you can kind of learn to just not get frustrated when someone who's got an aimbot or walls and they're cheating, if you can kind of just learn to accept it, it makes it a lot easier. Another thing that helped me out is playing PUBG when that game was in its prime, taking off. Playing that on PC really helped with my aim, really helped with kind of understanding the platform better. Subsequently, I came across a lot of hackers on that game as well, but and then being able to play with all my friends, doing squads and dropping in, that was pretty awesome. I think right when that game sort of started to fall off, Fortnite got popular, all the way up to Apex Legends. At that point in time, which that's kind of a broad section, but within that period is when I've gotten to a point where, okay, I can basically hop in any FPS game on PC and hold my own weight, which is great. So then I had this thing where I got my Xbox X and I got my PC, which by this time I've upgraded my PC numerous times, put lots of money into it because I'm a graphics fiend. I love FPS, I love frame rate. Oops, those are the same thing. I love frame rate and I love resolution, and I just love having the best graphics. It's just a personal thing. I like games that look pretty. So I've gone through, so many graphics cards. Currently, I have two RTX 2080 Ti's in SLI and an i7 8086K, 16 gigs of RAM, and a fuck ton of storage. So I have an incredibly expensive computer. I have $3,000 in just graphics cards alone. So yeah, I play everything in 4K. My monitor is a $2,000 monitor. It's the Asus PG27U. It's a 4K 144 hertz monitor. It's awesome. I love it. Actually, the first one broke. I had to send it back. That really pissed me off. But the replacement I have is holding up pretty well. So then I thought, okay, well, even though the Xbox X is a great console that's very powerful, especially for its cost, absolutely is. My PC could still do it better just because it's so extreme and so unrealistically powerful and expensive. I was just like, okay, well, if it's not an Xbox exclusive, I'm gonna play it on my PC. And because they've added the Xbox Play Anywhere and some games have crossplay, I'm finding that most of my Xbox exclusives I'm still playing on PC, because why not? I'm just going to have a better graphic fidelity on it. But there were two games that held on to my Xbox X for me. It was Gears of War and Halo. And those games have been predominantly released and played on Xbox. And those are my favorite games of all time. So I was just like, well, I'm going to keep my Xbox around so I can play those games. But then Gears of War 4 came out. I'm kind of jumping around in history a bit. So Gears of War 4 came out, and that became crossplay. Not 100%, but for the most part, it became crossplay. Also play anywhere. So I was playing that on PC just so I can put it in 4K at 144 hertz and have all that great stuff, even though it still looks wonderful on the Xbox X. I was playing it on PC. But then Halo was always been, and they had Halo Forge on PC. That's just basically a dead player base. And it's not even, it's like a third of Halo 5. It's not even all the way there. And I could play the original Halo 1, but there's no server, so I'm just going to be playing the campaign. Halo 2 is basically a Windows Vista game only. So again, I can't even really play Halo 2 because I get like 30 or 40 frames per second. That's just not optimized for Windows 10. And then they had the El Dorito project they were trying to port Halo 3 onto PC. That got shut down. So it's just like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to keep my Xbox around for Halo. And that will be totally fine. And then they just announced the Master Chief Collections to be completely and fully released on PC. And not just a shitty port. They're going to gut that thing apart and throw it on this platform the way it should be. And I was just like, I don't need an Xbox anymore. And the chances are Halo 6 or Halo Infinite is going to be released on PC. I mean, why would they not do that? It doesn't make any sense. So I was just like, do I really need an Xbox anymore? I don't really need any money. I wouldn't sell it for anything. And I just don't really have a reason. I was more excited about the extra desk space that I'm going to get for moving my second monitor and my Xbox. So that alone meant more than me than keeping the console. So I just fully switched to PC as of right now. I mean, I have some legacy consoles. I have a Dreamcast. I have the original Xbox that launched back in the early 2000s. So those aren't hooked up, but I just have those in a box. Those I'll never get rid of because they mean too much to me as a person. Those are collective items for me. I'll never get rid of those. And they all work and function perfectly. So that's fucking awesome. I cannot wait to be on my deathbed, about to croak. The first thing I'm going to do is say, let me play the original Xbox again, just to kind of remind myself of where I came from. So those will be with me forever. But yeah, I don't really have a modern Xbox or console. I had a PlayStation 3 back in the day, and I had some exclusives on there. I had a PS4 back in the day. Played out all those exclusives. I'm mainly a Microsoft fan, but anyways, yeah, I just have a PC right now. So the whole point of this video I'm making doesn't really mean anything, honestly. I'm not trying to say buy a PC, sell your Xbox. I'm not trying to say sell your PC, or sell your Xbox, buy a PC, or whatever the fuck I just said. I don't remember. I'm not trying to sell any platform here. I'm just explaining why I switched over to PC. Is all the games are just on PC right now. I mean, are there any Xbox games that are only on Xbox besides like? I mean, I don't even know. I mean, anyone can make their own anecdote about a game that's only on Xbox that they want to play, and that's totally fine. But as far as my experience goes, all the games that I want to play and love are basically all on PC. So, or at least they're going to be on PC in the future. So that's why I left the platform. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about. That's not to suggest that I'm not going to go out and buy an Xbox. There could be a game that comes out that's Xbox only, and that I just have to play. So that could be totally possible. But it was because of the games switching over to PC is why I left my console. So if you kind of break this down a bit, the logic, and of course this is my experience. This doesn't represent the whole community. But it kind of goes to show that it's really not about graphics. So when PC players or PC elitists kind of boast around their high-end computers, it really doesn't mean much. Because although I do have a high-end computer and whatnot, but even all that didn't keep me exclusively on the PC platform. I left the console platform because all of my favorite games were on PC or going to be on PC, and why there's just no reason not to play it. There's no reason not to play it on PC. I don't have a reason. So it was the games. It is about the games. It's not necessarily about performance. Performance does help, but it's mainly about the games. If Gears of War and Halo were to be still exclusively on Xbox, I would totally would have kept it. There's no way I would have sold it. Those games, those franchises mean too much to me to not play again. So yeah, it is about the games. So anyways, I just want to make this video, kind of throw it out there. I've gotten real busy lately. It's harder for me to kind of edit videos and put them together and throw them out there. So I'm kind of switching gears a bit. I'm kind of doing more of a discussion podcast. And whenever anything serious comes out, I can put together some videos and throw it out there. But I'm going to kind of do something more like this, do a discussion base and talk abouts and whatnot. Last couple videos have been more towards me personally. For now on, I'm going to kind of try to dive into information stuff. Maybe, some trailers come out or some gaming news and kind of talk about that. And kind of get everyone's opinion. Please comment. I hate videos that don't get comments. I want to read your comments and reply to you, talk to you, and see what you guys have to say. So please, comment. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, comment below for the 9th time. Tell me what platform you're on and why you're on that platform. And then I will see you guys on the next one.